So let's talk about converting decimals to fractions. If I said convert 2.75 into a mixed fraction, first we have to notice 2.75 is made up of two pieces, a whole part and a fraction part. The whole part is 2. The fraction part is 75. 75 hundredths. So we write 2 and 75 hundredths. It's over 100 because the number 5 in 75 is in the hundredths position. But this is just 2 75 hundredths. So this is how we write this decimal as a mixed fraction. Let's try another example. 43 is the whole number. 217 is the fraction part. So this is really 43 and 217 thousandths. This time it's over 1,000 because the 7 in 217 is in the thousandths position. So we write that down as a mixed fraction like this. 43 217 thousandths. Now let's convert 4.32 into an improper fraction. Improper fractions are when the numerator, the top number, is bigger than the bottom number called the denominator. So how do we convert 4.32 into an improper fraction? Well, 4.32 is the same thing as 432.0 divided by 100. When we divide by 100, the decimal goes back to the left twice, which makes sense because I just finished saying 4.32 is the same thing as 432 divided by 100. But we can write this division as a fraction because fractions and divisions are the same thing. So this is really just 432 over 100. Let's try another example. 217.4, well that's the same thing as 2,174.0 divided by 10, which would make the decimal go to the left once, back to its original place. As a fraction, we write this as 2,174 over 10. So this is how we convert decimals into improper fractions. Now let's take a look at how to write fractions as repeating decimals. Suppose I asked you to write 3 out of 11, 3 elevenths, as a repeating decimal. Well, 3 over 11 is the same thing as saying 3 divided by 11, top divided by bottom. And really that's the same thing as writing 11 into 3. But 3 we can write as 3.000. We can add as many zeros as we want after the decimal point. So let's put a few in. And now we ask ourselves, how many times does 11 go into 3? It goes in no times, 0 times. We put the decimal point so that it's aligned with the decimal point of the 3. And 0 times 11 is 0. Now we subtract 3 minus 0 is 3. And we bring down to 0. 30. How many times does 11 go into 30? It goes in twice. 2 times 11 is 22. Subtract that from 30, we're left with 8. Bring down the 0. 11 goes into 87 times. 7 times 11 is 77. Subtract that from 80, we're left with 3. Bring down the 0, that's 30. We've done this already. 30 we've done. 11 goes into 30 twice. 22, etc. So this repeats itself. We are going to get a pattern that 11 goes into 3, 0.27272727, etc., etc. times. So we write 0.27272727, etc. We write that as 0.27 with a line on top, and that will indicate that the number 27 after the decimal point, the number 27, repeats itself forever.